Well, good evening, YouTube world. It is still January 30th. I'm going to make two videos today at 5:17. About an hour later, I think. Entering Lowndes County. I'm driving down 84. Making just a big loop today. Trying to put some miles on the bike. They must have had a car show or something. I've seen a 55 Chevy and a 57 Chevy. But I got another funny story for us. I thought of this story, my motorcycle story here. As kids, my dad rode a motorcycle. He wasn't a biker. I was this guy like me. The motorcycle was a cheap tool for him to get back and forth to work on. My dad was about 6 foot tall, weighed about 400 pounds. Strong as an ox, but as big as round as one too. He had a flat top haircut. He could beat you with just his look. If you did something wrong, he'd look at you, boy, and you knew you were in trouble. You knew you were in trouble. And so, the first motorcycle he had, as I'm getting up to a driving age, was this Honda, this 60-something Honda. I want to think I got 305 or 350 or something like that. I think it was a two-cylinder, very iconic in that era Honda motorcycle. Well, my dad, as a good dad that he was, bought us, we had a Benelli two-cycle dirt bike, and we had a Honda 70 Trail. I'd love to pick up another Honda 70 Trail, even though I'm about the size of my dad. I ain't quite that big. I'm a little bit taller too, but I'd overdwarf that bike. But we had a Honda 70 Trail, and we had a big field by our house. I mean, like about 40 or 50 or more acre fields. And a lot of kids had dirt bikes, and we'd ride down there, and we'd have paths made in the fields. I mean, it was just a field. There's a supermarket there now. But so growing up, we had this big, we had forts in there, and we did all kinds of, that was kind of our playground, if you will. This is in Lee Summit, Missouri. So with that in mind, we are in Naylor. So with that in mind, I guess I'm 16 years old because I got a driver's license. My dad he worked for Western Electric, which is now Bell South, but then it was Western Electric in Lee Summit, Missouri. He got on this shift where it was 7 days of days. 7 days of days. Let me see what signs I got here. I'm going to keep going straight. I think I can take 135 south and head back. I'm going to go straight on 84 for a minute. Then he would have 7 days a day straight. Then he would have 7 or 6 days, maybe 5 days of swings from 3 to midnight. Then he'd have 2 days off. Then he would have 5 days of mid-shift. It was from midnight to 7. And then he had a week off. And one of the unique things about civilians, I've always had a job like me. I'm either there or I'm not. If I'm taking a day, I can't take just an hour off or 2 hours off. If I'm going to be on vacation, I got to take the whole day. Air Force, same way. You couldn't take a whole day. You had to take a whole day if you're going to take anything off. So, okay. So my parents had this Airstream trailer, nice Airstream trailer. They would take off. This is my senior year in high school, so this had to be 80, 81. I graduated in 81, but you know how that goes. You start the school in 80 and you graduate in 81. Probably real close. It's probably in 81. And so I got my little sweetheart girlfriend. And so my parents are gone. They're not supposed to be back for 2 or 3 days. I was looking at joining the Air Force, but we had Unity Village, which at the time I didn't realize that's a Unitarian religion place. Their headquarters is in Lee Summit. If anybody's a Unitarian, you understand Unity Village. And they did a lot of commercials and stuff, and I was pretty good at electronics. And so I got a job. I went out and interviewed for a job. I took my sweetheart girlfriend with me. It was a beautiful day. It must have been March or April, as I graduated in May. I hopped on my dad's Honda 350. I got my girlfriend on the back. And we drive out there, and I don't have a motorcycle license. I do this job interview, and I'm dressed kind of nice. We get on the back, we go stop somewhere to eat, and we're just cruising around. She's playing hooky from school, and so am I, to be honest with you. And so we're cruising around, and so I figured, well, I probably need to be getting home. I need to get her home, so we're not out too late past the time we're home from school. And her parents work, so I need to get her home before parents got home. Well, I'm in this little Honda 350 going down a road much like this. It was a US 50, much like this road I'm on now, US 84, 2 lanes this way, 2 lanes that way. And I am flying. I'm probably doing about 80 miles an hour. I had that bike about red-lined out. And I'm looking ahead. Man, there's an Airstream trailer that looks similar to Mom and Dad's. I get closer to it. That really looks like Mom and Dad's trailer. Well, I'm not always the sharpest guy in the drawer, the sharpest knife in the drawer, the smartest person around. I sit there and I said, man, that ain't even similar to the truck. The truck was different. The truck was, they took off in a blue truck. What I didn't know is the engine blew in the blue truck, and my dad traded it. It was under warranty still, and traded it for this brown truck. Same thing, a GMC pickup, but he traded for a brown truck. And so when I pulled into the left lane and I seen it, I said, oh, that's not my parents because it's a brown truck. Of course, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't communicate, So I'm flying down the road, and I pull up next to him. I'm in the left-hand lane. I'm passing him, and I look over, and I got a 3/4 helmet on, and the girlfriend has a 3/4 helmet on. And I look, and that's my dad. And he's looking at me, and I'm looking at him, and all the thing I knew what to do is roll on that throttle. We were about 20 miles or 30 miles from home. I rolled on that throttle and just shot down the road. Dropped the girlfriend off real quick at her house. I knew some of the back ways to take. Dropped the girlfriend at her house, run that bike home, and he kept a park up on the center stand. Parked that bike, and I put a fan. We had a big garage fan. I put that fan blowing cool air on that motorcycle, trying to cool it down. And my dad gets home, and I see him pulling in. Of course, we had to help him back in the Airstream, direct traffic and stuff. Dad gets out of the car. He had to do something with the hitch and everything, and so doesn't say a word. I put the fan up in this process, and I touched the motorcycle. It's that tad warm, but not really. And my dad looks at me and says, when did you get home from school, boy? Oh, Dad, I just got off the bus a few minutes ago. He backs that trailer in, we unhook, we do all the stuff. It takes about an hour to get unhooked and everything packed away, and we're packing this. I'm helping him pull the dirty clothes and the different things. I'm just being a good son, helping out. My dad walks up and touches the motorcycle, doesn't say a word. My dad was the type that he would be the one that would beat the crap out of you, or everything was cool. And that was the era of the time, too, the 70s and early 80s. That was the era of the time. And so, it was later that night. It might have been the next night, but later on, we're downstairs, and him and I used to work on TVs together, and we both did ham radio together. And I was the one to go along with my dad the best. He said, boy, you lied to me, and I don't like you lying to me. And I'm like, what are you talking about, Dad? He said, I seen you on that motorcycle. You and Diane, you were on that motorcycle, and you were speeding. He said, I got this whole lecture about what would happen if we got caught, if we got in an accident. And I don't have a motorcycle license. What if something happened to you? Which is, that's a good adult thing to be thinking of. You don't think of that as a kid. I said, yeah, okay, Dad, I was on the motorcycle. I have always loved motorcycles. And he said, well, boy, don't do that again until you get a motorcycle license. He didn't tell my mom. He took me downtown, and I had to take the motorcycle test, and then they followed you in a car. I had a motorcycle endorsement at 17. Maybe it wasn't 80. It might have been 80. So I'm trying to think of the years. It's been a long time. But he's like, don't you dare tell your mom you got a motorcycle license, and don't you dare drive that motorcycle when your mom is around. But so, yeah, my dad was cool enough to just say, hey, and he traded that bike, sold it, bought this big BMW, a 755 Slant 5R which I guess is a 750. Oh, that must be race, but he put a big Windjammer fairing in these saddlebags. That was a little too big. I was scared to drive that bike. It was just a little too big. But man, him and I would travel across Kansas, Arkansas, Iowa. I mean, talk about fond memories of my dad. That was it. He would be like, "Hey, I need to go look at back when you could look at the paper and buy a gun out of the paper or something, or go look at something. We could fit in a saddlebag if we bought it. If you want to take the truck, the car, or the motorcycle, I always opted for that motorcycle. And I'd ride on the back of that thing, and I'd be just as happy as I could be. So, but for your young people out there, your kids out there, the moral of this story is, on this very boring road that I'm on, by the way, here's South Georgia for you. Don't ride motorcycle. Oh, my dad asked me, he says, how did you get that motorcycle so cool, so fast? That was a question he did finally ask me. And I told him, I said, well, I mean, I was already, it's true. As I took the fan, the big shop fan, and I plugged it in and blew the hot air, blew it across it real quick. Outside was kind of cool. It was like cool air blowing on it. And my dad actually gave me credit for being ingenious enough to think of that. And the only other thing was, I had to, without Mom knowing about it, I had to go put gas in it. I probably had about out of gas. He goes, when I want to ride my bike, it better be full of gas. So one day my mom was gone. I hopped on the bike and ran to the gas station and back. And filled it up. But yeah, so that's my motorcycle story. So youngins, two things to know. If you're riding a motorcycle and the vehicle looks like your parents, turn the other way. Go down the side street. Something. Okay, what am I got coming up here? 41. Moody's that way. I want to go to the left because I'm headed back to Lake Park. It must be 5:18. About to be for time for the sun to set. Enter perimeter road. Okay. I probably should fill it up with gas. I might do that tomorrow. It's supposed to be a nice day tomorrow. Monday, I have another funeral. It's back in Alapahaw. And so it's supposed to be nice weather. I'll probably ride just graveside, so I'll probably ride the bike up there for that. I get paid 55 cents a mile. That's about 70 miles away from me, maybe 60. And so somebody do the math, 0.55. I guess that's green light. I gotta go. Somebody can do the math real quick with 70 miles there. I would say 60 miles there is 120 miles, $50-some. Plus whatever the funeral home gives me to do a funeral, it's about $100. So it's nice having a job occasionally when they're paying you to ride your motorcycle somewhere. I gotta watch this road because cops are on it. So that was my motorcycle story. You got 2 videos today, and I'll try to get them up. I'll probably run them through on my iPad through iMovie. That seems to be fairly. If I don't have to do a lot of editing, that seems to be fairly good. I can load a video or 2. I'm not sure how long this one is. I know the first one's shorter. I'm just killing time now and dragging you guys along with me. One of the things I do like about the YouTube videos is, man, I mean, I feel like I have, friends. I've been watching Motorcycle Freedom, Marsha and Mike, for, that's the first one. Mike Haley 7, he just put one out, it was 30, so I didn't get to finish it. I had to go do something else, but so I enjoyed that. I haven't seen a moose video in a while. I was standing in some rafters today, putting a LAN cable in, helping a friend. I kept trying to watch HDR and the Coffee with HDR, and I wasn't able to do that. I work on Sunday nights, so I'm not able to do the fireside chat. A lot of Sundays I'm working. It's funny, they want you to show up, but we don't really have an evening service. I come and help. We have a Hispanic service. And I speak, como está usted? Me llamo Lorenzo. That's about it for my Spanish, but I do help with the Spanish service. they have a Hispanic pastor comes in, but he drives in there from another town, so I help him out. But rarely do I get to watch the fireside chat in person. I gotta watch it later. But I enjoy that. Bodine, Mrs. Bodine, man, I'll get be in more videos. Same with Mrs. HDR. I'm just trying to think of who I need to call out to. Just trying to rattle off some names real quick. Gosh darn, I can't think of the guy that writes all the names on the walls. I really enjoy his videos too. His name just slips me. As soon as I turn this camera off, it'll come to my head. Robin, Lady Biker Robin. I like her. There's a couple other lady bikers I watch too. Some of them aren't producing videos anymore, and I really enjoyed their videos. Hopefully, when the bug comes back, they'll be able to make more videos for us. I watch YouTube videos more than I watch TV anymore. I got an iPad, and my wife likes to watch a lot of those Bachelor, Bachelorette, a lot of these other weird shows that I don't really care for. And so I got a sunroom that I go to, and I got my iPad, and I watch all your videos. I'm a little behind. I will watch some of them. Sunday I got service at 9, and I got service again at 11. And so I go to my office, but I got to turn the volume down, especially if you're listening to Mike Haley 7. I shared that story one time before about him and Moose driving across country. It's funny as can be. I'm not one that's going to get upset if you cuss or something, but you're in the church. So I do listen to a lot of the services. My daughter will come down sometime, who rides a bike, and we will watch. I got a big TV in my office, and with a Fire Stick. So I just throw the YouTube video up on that and remote control, and there we go. So I just do that and watch videos. I watch you guys. So if you guys have short videos, I'll watch them, 2 or 3 of them between worship services. I'm telling you what, it's more enjoyable to sit there and watch you guys, all of you that make videos. It's more enjoyable to watch you guys than it is the crappy news or anything else, and a lot of the crap that's on TV. So thank you all for your entertainment. Thank you for your entertainment value there. Man, I can't think of a guy who does the videos with the cell phone. He has a dog collar. For the life of me, his name has just slipped. It's been cold where he's at. He's up in Tennessee, and he's been doing videos right there in front. But I really like his video. I like all your all's videos. I mean, there's so many of them I miss that I don't talk about. The Blacktop Devil and his wife, I enjoy their videos too. And he did a really good video. I don't normally do my own oil changes. I'm just kind of stuck up that way. Man, he had a great video. He had a great video on how to do an oil change, and I might actually have to do that. Yeah, he did a great video. I like both of those two, him and her, which I can't remember what their names are now, Mr. and Mrs. Devil. So just pray for the devils. You know how that goes. Okay, I guess that's about enough ramblings with Larry for now. I'm almost back home. I should have timed this better. I was going to show Mike Haley stuff. My garage, my wife keeps putting crap on my side of the garage. I had to push stuff out of the way to get the bike in out today. So, all right, people. You all have a great day. Again, if you want to watch us on Sunday, try to find me on Facebook, Larry Hauser, Hauser. Friend me, and I'll try to friend you, or look for Lake Park UMC, Lake Park, Georgia, and like that page, you can see it. Go to Pastor Larry's email or YouTube page. And if I can, I'll try to put a link in the description. We're on a 9/11. I try to be entertaining. I don't know, some people say, but I'd be upset with that. Try to be relevant. If they're going to do that, that's fine. If not, that's fine too. I'm not pushing anything on anybody. But so, all right, everybody. I think I've rambled. But that's why I'm the ramblings of Larry. So with that in mind, everybody, you all have a super blessed evening. Enjoy your Saturday. And hopefully I'm going to ride some more next week. We're going to ride some more next week. And I'll make a couple more videos. So God bless you all. You all take care. Good night.